Alright, okay. So, in calibration, the machine needs to know two things. It needs to know your zeros, it needs to know your 3 degrees. It all starts with a level fixture. You level your fixture on the solid surface that doesn't move. Toolbox is not the way to do it. Either the rack, the floor, or something solid where there's going to be no movement. Also a level surface, untarnished surface, as level as possible, but you've got to add fixtures to it later. That's way easier to do it on a level surface and more precise. Now, the first thing I would recommend you do is verify the Bluetooth connection. You do that by pushing the blue button. You go to System Configuration. You go to Bluetooth Search. Okay, and of course you push the F5. I repeat, you push the F5 button, or the black button. Then the green one, which is the F4 button, and then ensure that your sensors are switched on. Ensure that the red light on the sensors is switched on, so it's emitting a Bluetooth signal that can be picked up by the machine. It takes approximately 1 minute for that to come into play. And when it does, you'll have two numbers in blue appearing, meaning that it picked up the ID, the sensor ID, and now accepts that into the machine. Like I say, it takes about a minute for that to go through. The fixture comes with 2 lock bolts, a 3 degree spacer, and of course a level. This here is the level. But in the meantime, the numbers have appeared. See the 2 numbers that have appeared here? That means that the machine has seen both sensors. You now push the green button to accept it. The little orange buttons will then switch to blue, meaning that the Bluetooth is now connected. So once you ensure that you have Bluetooth connectivity, you hit the blue button, you go to additional features at the bottom, you go to calibration menu, and of course as I push enter, it's going to ask me for a password. The password is F8, F7, F6, and F8. Okay, once you've got your password, it gives you various options. There is caster compensation, that's white. That gives you steering wheel calibration. Now, in some cases, you may find that all your steering wheels are coming down to the left or down to the right. By using steering wheel calibration, you are able to rectify that situation. But for today's purposes, we don't have to go through calibration. So we go into our calibration menu, and we get a serial number sheet. You do not have to form that in. You do not have to. Once I push the green arrow over here, so it cancel previous calibration and allow us to reintroduce this calibration into the machine. There are 8 steps that we're going to have to take to complete this calibration. So the machine will instruct you along the route. So here it's showing me that I must mount the front left and the rear left onto the fixture. So after I have leveled the fixture, front to back and side to side. The side to side is referenced at the rear, right over there. By adding tension or subtracting tension to those bolts, the fixture will move relative to the amount of adjustment you make. So once you are assured that your fixture is level, you would now take your left side sensors, okay, just to show you, on the sensors are marked. If you look on the inside over here, it says here, front right. Front right. This is not the right sensor. It's asking for front left. I'll just show you guys that. Can you see it on the inside there, Mike? Can you see that? Front right. All you guys see that. On the sensor, there's a marking over there. Show you that the sensor position. I mount the sensor on, I take my bubble. I mount the bubble onto the arm and ensure that the arm is level and locked. So we should always level it here. Okay, the other side does have a bubble on it. Also got to make sure my sensors are switched on. And I level the sensor. On the rear especially, I make sure that bubble is exactly centered, because that's how it's going to read at a later time. Now, if you look at the machine, it shows you your existing calibration situation. So what you do now is, you see the little flashing light, we are in position 1 of 8. We have 8 steps we are going to perform, and we are in position 1 of 8. Now I hit the black button in the center. The machine takes everything down to 0. See how the numbers have moved down to 0? All numbers have now moved to 0. So now the check mark has now appeared in position number 1. So I can now move to position number 2. I do that by clicking the green button. Bear in mind you can operate the machine from the sensor. You do not have to walk up to the machine. Then very carefully, position 2 is asking me to add the spacer with the same 2 sensors on. So I'm adding the spacer by raising it up, and I mount it onto the front of the fixture. The machine is now asking me to push the black button, or I can push the F5. F5 and the black button have the same representation. They both operate the same feature. The machine says to you wait, so you wait for a moment while the calibration is accepted by the sensor. The check mark will now appear at number 2. We now have 2 check marks. So the first part of the calibration and the second part is now being accepted on those 2 sensors. We now hit the green button to progress to our next step. So the machine now tells us we've got to re-level it. You see there's nothing on the front. So not forgetting to remove the spacer. We now remove these sensors, which are now partially calibrated. We've calibrated caster and rear toe. So I carefully move them off to the side and gently, I can't emphasize gently enough, I gently place them down. And now get the 2 sensors on the other side. That is not very clever with me. Notice, I'm on the same side of the machine. I have not moved to the other side of the cal fixture. I'm on the same side of the cal fixture. Now to teach the machine 0. That's all you can do. You teach the machine 0. Remember, when calibrating, the machine is only as accurate as you. So put the level on the arm. I ensure that everything is leveled up. As you can see, this side's not too bad. Okay? Now what I do is I hit the F5 button, which is the little flashing light over there. So she takes everything down to 0. Okay? Position 3 has now been completed. Does everybody see that? Check mark has occurred in number 3. So the machine has now accepted that part of the calibration. I hit the green button to progress to the next step. And the next step is 3 degrees. Now that we're 0 is, now let's teach it where 3 degrees is. And now teach 3 degrees, which I have. I allow it to settle for a moment, and I push the F5 button. This whole process should take about 13 minutes. All of this, the calibration machine, 13 minutes. You don't need a $350 personal calibration machine, okay? This you can do yourself. Anyway, so now, position number 4 of 8 is now being completed. We are halfway through. So I think we're doing better to go to my next step. So now the machine tells me that I now need to do a front toe calibration. So I'm not forgetting, I remove my spacer, and I go around the corner with my front sensor over here. Around the corner. This one, and then I go that way. Okay, let's pop it into place. And I'll verify my level. And once I verified my level, I'll then do similarly on the other side, changing the rear sensor to the front sensor. So bear in mind, the rear sensors have the bubbles on it, and the front sensors had nothing. So I'll move that one. I try to put that at a bit of an angle so I can't see and confuse the one on the other side, because believe me, that happens. And like I said to you before, we are one of the few companies that gives you the ability to buy your own calibration bar. Because this is the 21st century. There we are. Now set everything up. As you can see, it is in the green, which is pretty well calibrated as it is. So now push the F5 button and allow the machine to find its 0 once again. So while the machine searches the 0, which is actually achieved, position number 5 of 8 is now complete. Now we're going to go to position number 6 of 8. What are we going to do? Add the 3-degree spacer. Yeah. I raise it up, put my 3-degree spacer on. I give the machine a moment to find itself and settle. Once it's done that, push the F5 button. The machine takes a moment. Okay, we've now completed position 6 of 8. The green button. The machine now says I should take my rear sensors and mount them to the fixture. So, not forgetting to remove my spacer, because that happens, you'll need to remove this spacer, that's a messy after. Level rear sensor, and the bubble is already. Try to take into account my error of failure. This is done in real time, so people out there doing the calibration for the first time, I'll follow the process as slowly as I possibly can, so it gives you time to acquaint yourself with this calibration system on this specific machine. But once I've leveled my sensors and switched them on, that's good, I've leveled and switched on, comes the difficult part. The machine is now going to read square. For the machine to read square, so this is a big picture. Some other. So just hold it in position. So the machine is now seeing it square. Here's at 0. And position 7 of 8 is complete. Now what are they asking for? Next, what's the next step? Let's go like that. Now it's asking me to put the, see the space on the right hand side there? So you've got a space there, it's asking me to put the space on. Looks like we've got the space on this little sensor. And then mounting the sensor on for about 30 degrees. And go to the back like that. And read it. And with difficulty, push the F5 button. On the smaller jig it's easier. I didn't have to do the angel. Okay, now accepted position 8 of 8. I push the green button. And yeah, and my calibration report. Good. Right, so this here is what the calibration report looks like. It will show you your before and your after readings. Okay, and it'll show you what adjustments have been carried out. It will show you the date and the time. The verified date and time. And your machine is now calibrated.